Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is start off with a brand new Scratch project. It's going to start with this little cat sprite, which we're going to delete. And then we're going to go into choosing our backdrops. So for the first backdrop, you can choose whatever backdrop you'd like. I am going to choose this circle design for the first backdrop. And then we are also going to choose our second backdrop right now. The second backdrop should be this refrigerator because we are talking about a balanced diet in the first section. So we are going to go to this backdrop setting, go back or delete the blank backdrop, and we want to start on the circle backdrop. We're going to go back to codes and we're going to choose our main sprite. This sprite's going to narrate the scenes for us. I decided to go with a insect and I chose this cute little, I can find him, let's see, this cute little ladybug, and I named him Freddy. So Freddy's going to guide us through this whole process. So we're going to start off at events and we're going to click when the green flag is clicked, and then we're going to go into what do I want to do when the green flag is clicked. Well, when the green flag is clicked, the first thing I want is it to be on this background. So we're going to go to looks, we're going to go to switch backdrop and attach it. So I don't want it to the refrigerator, I want it to these circles. So that's our first step. And then since we're on Freddy right now, we can go to his costumes and see that he has two different costumes. With these, we're going to make it look like he's talking. So we're going to put switch costume to Ladybug A, so his first mouth, and then we are going to proceed with going to motions. And if you keep an eye on these numbers, they will move as I move Freddy. So if I want Freddy to start here, the numbers will automatically move there. That's a good tip because instead of manually putting in the numbers, you can move the sprite first and then attach it this way. It saves a lot of time. So I'm going to click go to because I want Freddy to start there. And then I want him to crawl up to about the center of the screen. So then as I moved him, the numbers moved as well, but in this case I'm going to click glide so that he glides smoothly up to the center. And now I want him to say something. So I'm going to go to looks, I'm going to click say hello for 2 seconds, but instead of just saying hello, I'm going to have him say hello, I'm Freddy. So he's going to introduce himself for 2 seconds, and then after that I want him to switch his costume to B, so it looks like he is talking. And then after that, we're going to do the same process of saying something else, but in this case, we want him to say something about taking us on this wonderful journey of healthy eating and nutrition. So we're going to say, I'm going to take you on a journey of healthy eating and exercise. And in this case, we are going to change the seconds to 4 seconds so that he's talking for a little bit longer so it doesn't seem like he's rambling really, really fast. And then we're going to switch his costume back to costume A. And then one more time, we're going to add a saying. And we're going to tell the audience to come on and follow him. And 2 seconds is a good amount of time for that phrase. And now we want him to glide over here a little bit off, and that's okay. So we're going to go back to motions. We already moved Freddy where we wanted him. And we're going to have him glide to that position. So glide there. And then we want him to hide. We don't want to see him anymore because he's going to move on to the next backdrop. So we're going to have him hide. And then we're going to switch the backdrop to the refrigerator. After we switch the backdrop to the refrigerator, we want Freddy, So let's go to the refrigerator. So he's right here right now. We don't want that. We want Freddy to be about right here. Since he's coming from the side of the stage crawling over, we want to make it seem like he crawled over about right there onto that shelf. So we're going to go back to motions and add go to this position. But once Freddy goes to this position, we have to realize that he's hidden right now. So we have to make him show. So we're going to click show. So now we're going to test that all out by clicking this green flag. So there he is, introducing himself, telling us what we're going to do, and then having him follow, or having us follow him. And now we're in the refrigerator. So it's a tedious process, but it's worth it in the end. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a finished product. So here's the part that we did with Freddy talking to us, introducing himself, telling us what we're going to do. And then he moves on to the unhealthy version of the fridge, where he explains to us why some of these, or why all of these foods are unhealthy in their own way. And he moves up and down along the scene, or the backdrop, and then he moves along and he shows us a healthy fridge, which is full of grain, dairy, fruits and vegetables, protein, and he just kind of talks about why these are healthy foods and why they make us feel strong and energized. And then we move along to an even better fridge that, while it has a bunch of fruits and veggies and grain and protein and water, it still makes room for some of our unhealthy snacks, like a donut, that we can have in moderation. And then we move to outside, and he's going to introduce us to some of his friends that exercise in their own ways. So his first friend is Jill, and she's a dancer, which is a form of exercise. His next friend is Albert, and Albert's in a wheelchair, so this shows how kiddos who are differently abled can also exercise. And then we have a pair playing baseball, and it shows how they exercise running around. And then Freddy closes up, and he moves along the screen, and he wonders what his mom's gonna make him for dinner tonight. Your project can look similar to mine, or it can be a little bit different. It all depends on your creativity and what you want to do, as long as it pertains to having a balanced diet and exercise. So have fun with it and be as creative as you'd like.